ask everybody, make sure you turn off your ringers, so you don't disturb what we got going on today. I don't want to be being interrupted because you was hard headed. You turn it off, big. Disconnect from that. Get set right here. Well, how you all doing, family? All right, hallelujah. Now, Brother Rich asked that we keep him lifted up, because he had some things going on with his Achilles tendon, and man got busy yesterday. He was supposed to call and pray with him, just got tied up. But anyway, if you all get around to calling Brother Rich, do call him, lift him up in prayer. He wanted to be here today, so that, you know, he didn't miss, you know, and I can hear it in his voice, you know, and I know what that's like, especially when you're on fire. Last week, man, was just, I don't say life changing for Brother Rich, but you know, the Spirit move, man. When you have the Spirit move and show you and touch you, man, you know, it's those moments that you want to hold close to you as you walk on this journey. You know, because after all, the Most High is all about not forgetting Him. That was the whole thing in Psalms 78, verse 1 through 8, is teaching the children that they don't forget, that they know His mighty wonders, that they remember Him throughout every generation. And so that's what, you know, this is about. And I try to make sure that, you know, I do that with my boys. I put all that drawing and all that stuff, just put that right on up. We start. I need your eyes right up on your daddy. Right. So today we're talking about, do Yah tempt men? All right, we're gonna get right into it. Now, before we, you know, go on to the next slide, does this title, does it intrigue you? Do it intrigue you, Brother Ray?
Yeah, I do.
Right.
I think we're tempted a lot.
By the Most High?
Yeah.
Or by Satan?
Well, you know, both.
Okay. What you say, Mother, on this?
I say y'all allow Satan to tempt us sometimes. But I don't think y'all tempt us. I think y'all tempt us.
Okay, what about you, Tish?
Yes, sir.
Same thing? Okay.
I don't think the Father tempts us at all. We got free will. Satan tempts us.
Okay.
We have to be strong and know that Satan is there to tempt. The Father gives us free will to make decisions.
All right. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. So this Sabbath, and let me know how that look, Brother Keith. Is Gabby looking at that?
Yes.
How does that white look?
It hasn't shown up in here yet.
Oh, okay. So this Sabbath, we are seeking to get an understanding on the word tempt. All right? You like this slide, Brother Fred? Look all right, decent, clean?
Good.
Right. Right. So, do Yah tempt man in any way? I've already asked that question. I'm asking you all that's on the internet, make sure you pay attention to this today, because this is critical. I'm telling you up front. This is critical in that, number one, when you lack knowledge, you know what I mean? You know, people perish for lack thereof, right? You don't?
Yes.
But the other aspect to it, in terms of knowing whether or not Yah tempts us, it leaves the gate open for us to not really understand this walk to the severity that we should, hey man, y'all don't have to sit on the floor, man. Y'all just keep on. I mean, y'all sit still. We'll keep moving. But it affects us to the severity. Yeah, you good. You can come on right on up, walk through it, whatever you need, bro. But it affects us to the severity of understanding this, saints. You know, and I want y'all to, you know, abide with me on this. See, when you don't really understand this walk, it's easy for you to get tossed to and fro as the waves of the ocean.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's and you're gonna understand why I said that very thing, because I want to plant this on. I think this is highly important, seeing that times are coming. Times are coming. What should tempt you? Will it be food? Will it be shelter? Will your mind tempt you because you lacked in preparation while you had time? Now, you didn't do it? Will you be jealous and envious of somebody else because they did what you didn't do? Do you not have your oil? So we got to understand that. So though, hopefully we'll get a chance to answer that today. Let's go to the next. All right. Let's read that. James 1, verse 13. Let's read that, D.
And let no man say, when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yah. For Yah cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man.
All right. Y'all hear this?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to submit something to you before I go on. Y'all better listen to me. I'm going to submit something. It's something in this verse right here that you miss. I promise you only hear in service. I promise you only hear in service. It says, let no man say when he is tempted that I am tempted of Yah. All right? Remember that.
Yes.
Okay? But he said something else in there. And I ain't going to touch it right now. Now, if you got this down pat, you welcome to get up and leave. All right, let's go. So, what is being said in James about being tempted? What is being said in there? See, there's a premise that goes along with that. There was an explanation that went on in there, though we heard the key word. There was an explanation that went on, and I'm not going to attempt to explain it right now more so than I'm going to show you, because I want to get to the crux of this thing. All right, let's go. So we're going to have the evaluations of these scriptures right here, all right? So if one of y'all can open up, Josh, you get Chronicles, Deacon, you get 2 Samuel. And see, this right here is going to bring in some things light, and it's going to shed some things. Because remember, all right, remember what we read in James 1:13.
Let not any man say, I'm tempted of God.
Right? Remember?
Think
What you got? You got Samuel?
Samuel. I was going to say, tempting kind of has that undertone of provoking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Yah's more of a tester.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, well, but Mother Stephanie, here it comes. Go ahead, Brother Sprinkle.
And Satan stood up against Yisrael and moved Dawid to number Yisrael.
All right. So we heard that, right?
Yes.
So come on, Deacon. I want you to read 2 Samuel 24:1.
Again, the anger of Yahweh was kindled against Israel, and he incited David against them, saying, go count the people of Israel and Judah.
Did y'all hear that? Something wrong, ain't it? Did you hear that, Brother Fred?
Yeah, yes, I did. I'm not sure.
It says Satan. Then right here it said Yah. All right, let's move forward. Look, I ain't got nothing to say right now. All right, so here it is. Here is the issue. All right. Some says, or they say, these contradict each other. All right. So then it leads them to the thought that this proves that the Bible is false. All right. But we say let's search the scriptures. So we're going to search the scriptures to see what it said, because I showed you something in James. Then I just showed you this, where it's saying two different manners of things, same account, same thing happened, same outcome. James said, y'all don't tempt nobody. But then if David is going to do something so horrible, why would Yah make him do it? It's more likely that Satan would tempt David to do it than Yah, right? Is that where we stand? See, this. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now before I go. I'm gonna tell all y'all this. See, a lot of y'all been in this way for a little while now. You've been here. You've been coming. You've been at Sabbath. You've been going to the feast. But I can guarantee you. See, this is why so many people, and the word says there are gonna be many from Jacob. Many from Jacob, who's going to be thrust into outer darkness. We lack severely. See, if I just didn't do nothing else, I said, all right, bless Sabbath, and I left it right there. We're in a bad spot. Because I exposed you to something. And you don't know what to think. You don't know where to stand. And even more so, how do you know James is right at this point? See, because when things like this come, when people drop things on your lap and they blowing a lot of doctrines, see, you can't get blown with it. Because, see, the word says people get blown with every wind of doctrine. See, this would have been a long message, but I don't want it to be that long, because I sat and studied what some, Christian theologians had to say about these verses, and surely I said, no, sir. Because it blew my mind when I came across it, because I was just looking at temptation, because the whole thing about Israel, the whole thing about coming into the time of the end, is this is the time, the trial. This is the great testing. Did y'all know that?
Yes, sir.
You know the time of the end was the great testing, not small, great, Brother Kevin.
Yes, sir.
So then I behoove you, Brother Alex, to find out what in the world is being tempted. Really understand what it is. And how we need to know. Because, see, the thing is this. This is why so many get lost. This is why I be telling y'all to board all my sons. My daughter. Where my daughter at? Right? And then all my young seeds that's here in the congregation. You remember what we talked about? Where's Jordan at? Okay. You remember what we was talking about, Jay? I told y'all we was talking about this, didn't we? Right? We was up 5 in the morning talking about this. I'm trying to get it in there somewhere. If they don't want it, deacon, I'm going to get it in somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Because what happened, people, is that you don't realize tempting happen every day in your life, man. All you got to do is think of alternative thought. Well, guess what he said? Cast down every vain thought and imagination. This is why Yah said it's vexing trying to cast down as much stuff that comes to you in this lifetime, at this time. Now, it's so much coming. When you know that the law is crooked, when you know the government is crooked, when I'm reading to Kabir about William, I think his name is Trafficking, and I had to go back and look up his name. But he read off a whole Senate bill explaining that the United States is bankrupt and that it no longer exists. And that all governmental offices, everything is in a de facto form of government. It's only there because you ain't real. It's only there because you are allowing it. That's why they're doing everything. That's why they did, it was an act to lock up Brother Ryan for show. But if them brothers just stay firm in Yah, I already know Yah finna get the victory because they don't want you to expose. That's why they got to keep putting on an act. When you look in the book, it's all an act. When you look in Black's Law Dictionary, everything's an act. When somebody show up on a crime scene, they call them actors. Am I lying, Gabby? It's like, wait a minute. What are we in? But people don't realize. They don't realize. So, here it is. Who tempted Dawid to count Israel? Who did? See, wait a minute. Before you answer, I got 2 accounts. Remember that. Who? If you're going to stand up, remember, you got to speak truth out your mouth. You want to stand and speak truth?
Satan did.
Should say. Okay, you got something, Sister Joy? The word? Is everything come out your house? All right, go ahead.
Allowed Satan.
Okay. Is what you feel? Is that what you feel or what you know?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so what I would say.
Dawid knew that it was against the law to census the people already, didn't he?
Well, here's the thing. There have been census taken.
Yes.
So my thing, I've been trying to search where exactly.
But before then, Yah said, "Do not count the people." So
Now I done read that, but I can't. I'm trying to think where the heck it was at. I've been searching for two weeks. Now, when somebody find that, please post that in the comments. Because my thing was, go ahead.
it's like it's just like giving the commandment. It could have been the test to see where David was really at, whether he was going to adhere to what was spoken.
Okay.
So in the midst of that, I think pride is what ultimately led to him doing that. And we just learned today that that's a spiritual issue that David was with. So it's almost a team effort with Yah and Satan.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So here's the thing. I gotta find that because I wanted to pin that on there so bad, but I couldn't find it.
Okay.
But yet,
Am I making that up?
no, cause I was talking about this. I remember reading about numbering the people, doing, you know, if y'all wanted it, he would do it. But we're gonna talk about why when we see what Joab says. Joab was concerned that Dawid was doing it. But let's keep moving. So this Israel is what we must find out so that our way be guarded from missing when tempting comes our way. We need to find it out. We need to find out who tempted David. For sure. I'm not saying Satan did it. I'm not saying Yah did it. We got to go dig in. It's there. See, without me finding the law, it's there. Have you ever read that, Brother Mark?
Yeah.
About not numbering the people?
Yeah, my understanding was that if you did, you had to bring a sacrifice. Each man had to bring a sacrifice.
Because there was the estimation of
Because the people were Yah.
right. And that's when, and isn't that right when he was numbering them when they was for a boy and for, you talking about then?
Yeah, I don't know about that part.
Okay.
Somebody posted,
I think it was,
Somebody posted what?
Exodus 30:12.
Man, because I could not find it. Here we go. I'm in 30. Here it is. When you take a census of Israelites to register them, at registration all of them shall give a ransom for their lives to Yahweh, so that no plague may come upon them for being registered. This is what each one who is registered shall give, half a shekel according to the shekel of the sanctuary. The shekel is 20 gerahs, half a shekel as an offering to Yahweh. Each one who is registered from 20 years old and upward shall give Yahweh's offering. And I remember reading this to a degree, but it was something else that went with this, and I couldn't remember where I was at. Who posted that? Right on, my brother. Right on. Perfect. Where's my highlighter?
There's another post.
Go ahead.
Hosea 1 and 10.
Is there a highlighter over there? Huh? All right, restoration in Israel. Yet the number of the people of Israel shall be like the sand of the sea, which can be neither measured nor numbered. And in the place where it was said to them, you are not my people, it shall be said to them, children of the living Elohim. The people of Judah and the people of Israel shall be gathered together. They shall appoint for themselves one head, and they shall take possession of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. Huh? I don't get that one.
Yeah, that's right.
That ain't saying.
That ain't saying don't. That's just kind of.
But this one said if you do it, there has to be an offering.
Right.
So, okay, well, at least we got that. All right? So, let's go forward.
Wow.
All right. So, things to consider. I know this is kind of small, but you're going to pull it up there. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
You see that, Mother Melissa? So when we're going through this, I want you to keep all of these things flowing in your mind and in your heart. Do the Most High tempt us? I want you to consider the Father's prayer, which instructs us, lead us not into temptation in Matthew 6:13.
Wow.
Right? But see that's for a reason. You gotta think, you gotta go look at what he's saying by that. We gotta consider, why are we tempted or tried? What is really being said when it's mentioned in James that Yah tempts no man? We got to think evil tempting versus proving. And then we got to keep in mind why Samuel 2:24:1 differs from 1 Chronicles 21:1 in who tried David. We won't keep all those things flowing. Now we're going to get into the crux of a lot of different things. All right? So here we go. All right? Now, we're going to read these, all right, so we can begin to compare. We're going to read them. We're going to read these verses. Because then we're going to go to Samuel and read certain verses out of that. You can read the whole account on your own time. All right? All right, Deacon, let's go.
Satan stood up against Israel and incited David to count the people of Israel. So David said to Joab and the commanders of the army, Go number Israel from Beersheba to Dan, and bring me a report so that I may know their number. But Joab said, May Yahweh increase the number of his people 100-fold. Are they not, my master, the king, all of them, my master's servants?
Now, wait a minute. Did you hear what he said? Did you hear? First of all, did it sound like Joab had a concern?
Yes.
What was his concern? Aren't they all not the servants of the Most High Yah? Right? Wasn't that his concern? Man, I couldn't believe I couldn't find that in Exodus, man. I'm like, dude. Oh, go ahead.
Why then, my lord, why then should my master require this? Why should he bring guilt on Israel? But the king's word prevailed against Joab. So Joab departed and went throughout all of Israel and came back to Jerusalem. Joab gave the total count of the people to David, and all of Israel, there were 1,100,000 men who drew the sword, and in Judah 470,000 who drew the sword.
Now stop. So it sounds like more so he's counting. Sounds like more so he's counting warriors, more so than counting the people, 20 and up. That would, if you count them, they got to bring an offering. You see this? Huh? So it's a difference. So, or does it sound like it's more personal?
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to count, remember, if you're going to count, when you take census of the Israelites to register them, at registration, all of them shall give a ransom for their lives to Yahweh. This ain't saying nothing about swords. Now we're going to see, remember, hold it thought. We're going to see, watch. So I asked y'all a question for a reason, because this is where you move on or this is where you stay stuck. Was this more personal or was it? Personal. Okay.
I would say personal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So go ahead and read the next. Do you read what verse you on now?
You want me to read verses.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Psalm 7.
Come on.
But Yah was displeased with this thing, and he struck Israel. David said to Yahweh, I have sinned greatly in what I have done in this thing. But now I pray, take away the guilt of your servant, for I have done very foolishly.
Jump to 20.
Uh-huh.
Ornan turned and saw the angel, and while his 4 sons who were with him hid themselves, Ornan continued to thresh wheat. As David came to Ornan, Ornan looked and saw David. He went out from the threshing floor and did obeisance to David with his face to the ground.
Right, next screen, D. So here's, excuse me. Here's our chart. All right, from 1 Chronicles 21, where we're going to highlight everything. Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David. I'll say it again. Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David. What's the only way you end up in the lake of fire, Alex?
If you don't keep the commandments.
Okay. Joab said, are not all servants of Yah? Why do you do this and cause trespass? All right. And it should be trespass, but I'll put that in some kind of way of change. On Israel. Joab counted David's words as abominable. So he did not count Benjamin and Levi. You see that? Do you see?
Yeah.
So if you got somebody that's right here that's withstanding you in the flesh, he went and did what you said, but then when he got to Benjamin and Levi, he like, ain't no way. I ain't counting them. Then that's another clue in who told David to number Israel.
Yeah.
We're going to get there. Hold up. We're going to get there because, see, remember, but right now, because I got to go back and explain some things to you. It says, and then here they change my word again. Yah was displeased, so he smote Israel. Then look here. David confesses his sins. Now here it is. And here, Ornan saw the angel of Yah, and they went and did what? They went and hid. All right? His son. Okay? So I want y'all to keep close watch. Because after all, the rest of the world said these accounts make the Bible not valid. Look at that. They don't even got, the accounts ain't right. Let's go to the next. Y'all remember what y'all saw, right? Let's go. Let's compare 2 Samuel 24, Josh, and I want you to read those verses.
And again, the displeasure of Yahweh burned against Israel.
Now wait a minute. You hear what it said?
Yes.
But look how it started. It said, and again, the displeasure of Yahweh burned against who?
Israel.
Come on.
And moved David against them to say, go, number Israel, in Yehuda. And Joab said to the sovereign, even if Yahweh your Elohim does add to the people 100-fold more than they are, in the eyes of my master the sovereign sees it. But why does my master the sovereign delight in this matter? And when they had gone through all the land,
You reading in certain numbers? Yep.
and when they had gone through all the land, they came to Yerushalayim at the end of 9 new moons and 20 days. And the heart of David struck him after he had numbered the people. And David said to Yahweh, I have sinned greatly in what I have done. But now I pray, O Yahweh, take away the crookedness of your servant, for I have done very foolishly. And Aranah looked and saw the sovereign and his servants coming toward him. And Aranah went out and bowed before the sovereign with his face to the ground.
Let's go to the next. All right. So here it is. Yah's anger was kindled against I know I changed this, bro. It's just like it do that automatic spell correct, man. It's hurt. Against Israel, and he moved David. Why do David delight in numbering Israel, seeing Yah adds at his own cause? Then it says, the time frame took about 9 new moons and 20 days. So that means they obviously did not come, you know what I mean, to be censored. Like we saw in Exodus.
That's right.
Yeah. So they went, and it took them that amount of time to go do this. So in that amount of time, do you think David felt like something was wrong?
Yes, sir. Set his heart straight.
David's heart smote him. And then it says, Aranah looked and saw the king's servants coming. Now, let's pause right. The reason why I was saying this because we got some different things going on in this account. In 2 Samuel, it didn't say that Arnon saw the angel. It said he saw the servants of David come. So you see how somebody now the Bible fake? Here they spell his name Arnon. And in the other verse they spelled it Arnon. O-R-N-A-N. See, when you ain't in it, then this is what you find. You find all the surface stuff like, I ain't reading this no more. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, when you go, the names are different because one's translated from Greek and one's translated from Hebrew. You know, how it was written. One, of course, one falls back to the BDB, and the other one's going to fall back to the Strong Concordance.
And then here's the other thing, that in certain areas, just like you had in the Samaritan text, the Samaritan Torah, they got a certain way they spell things. Same person. So when you go look up Arnon in the book, it tells you the variation of what it is, depending on what area or providence they was from. You know what I mean? That makes sense, Brother Mark?
Yes, sir.
So that's what that was. But if you ain't looking up, you surface Bible reading, this is going that right there. That's all it took. It threw you off. You never really get to the issue where we talk about being tempted. You don't get to the bottom of that. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. All right. So now we're going to look at the Hebraic root of tempt. Let's stay right here for a second. I said we're going to look at the Hebraic root See, parent roots. You know what parent roots are? Parent roots are 2-letter combination in Hebrew. So that gives it its original intent. You can't say, you know, just like this. So we got house shoe, right? Well, house shoe came from shoe. High heel came from shoe, right? Tennis shoe came from shoe, right? Cleats came from shoe. Now the difference in Hebrew, the original word is going to be embedded in the word. Am I right, brother? You got what I'm saying? It ain't like English. Cleat ain't got nothing to do with shoe. You see what I'm saying? And that's like that because the action is embedded in the word. So you're not going to get away from the action making up a new word in Hebrew. That's why this thing is so, it's very much needed to make sure we go behind and study. Because now we can go behind the word what? Yeah. See, because everybody had an opinion. You said something. You did. You said what you felt. I said, stand up if you know. Didn't it? Did it?
That's why I sat here.
Right? So this is what I mean, because see, that just goes to show you, brother, that's how easy Satan can get you. Because when you think you know something. See, remember, everything that Yahshua going to do when he come back, he going to defeat the nations with the law. He defeated Satan with the word. What he knew. See, that's why Satan wasn't able to take him to the top of all the mountains and show him the kingdoms of the earth and tempt him. He wasn't able to tempt him. You hear what I said, Kevin? Mm-hmm. With that. Because of what he knew. But he tempted Eve. Because look how he started off. You go to 3 real quick. I'm going to turn to Genesis 3 real quick. Y'all can stay where y'all at. Watch this. And now the serpent was more crafty than any other wild animal that Yahweh had made. And he said to the woman, did Yah say, you shall not eat from any tree in the garden? You see this? What did he do? He tempted her. Didn't he? Because now you're engaging. Because guess what? If you would have stood on what you knew, then we wouldn't be here right here with this. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Whoa.
So y'all better watch, but see, it goes deeper. Because the question is, even in that, how did Satan even have the authority to go ask Eve that question? Better yet, that's what we got to figure out. Because now, when we get back to this thing about Dawid, it's how. How was he able? If it was him, some of y'all don't even know why y'all do the stuff y'all do. You just keep, it's right. Some of y'all are right here. Listen to me. Listen to me, Israel. Some of y'all are right here. And it's going to happen sooner or later. And when I'm listening to what Pastor was saying about people, it ain't that they just all of a sudden just up and left. It was already. It's people I done walked past at the feast, didn't say hardly number, maybe 2 or 3 words to the whole feast. But I got an unction in my spirit, you're going to be gone. And boy, the names pop up. Do you hear me? Brother Perry, you ever told me that about yourself? Where I prayed last week. Come up here, man. Last week, I prayed for you and your wife, right?
Yes, sir.
When I prayed for you and your wife, was it off? Was it?
You were pretty rock solid on my side. I didn't hear.
What about you, Sister Danielle?
It was
I just was praying, but I wasn't praying. No, it wasn't I wasn't trying to pray nothing. I'm just praying in the spirit that y'all encourage us and grab a hold of us and lead us the way you need to. But what happens is the Spirit gives utterance. The Spirit gives unction. You see what I'm saying? And this is what happened. See, what happens is, go ahead and sit down. What happens is, I want to explain to y'all before we get into the depth of tempt. See, what you got to realize, all of y'all, is that you be closed off to the unction of Yah because you've proved too many times that you're wide open to be tempted. So your vessel is not really available like you think it is. Your vessel is not usable like you want it to be. Because we're talking about Dawid. We got to find out what happened there. And when we find out, it's going to blow your mind. The question is, who are you all that's sitting in here? Who are you that's sitting behind that TV screen, behind that computer screen? Who are you? Where will Satan tempt you? Or, I'm going to ask the second question as we find something out. But how will you be tempted in that area? I'm going to say it again. Or, I'm going to ask the second question after we find out the other part. Will you be tempted in that area? Oh, you ever look at yourself in the mirror, Brother Wayne?
Yes.
Good. You ever look in your eyes, though? You ever look yourself deep in the eyes in the mirror?
Yes.
Have you, Sister Tish? I believe everybody has. They look at themselves. You look at your face, do you really look at yourself, see who you are? Check in with yourself. Be careful. All right, the parent root. This is out of the ancient Hebrew lexicon of the Bible, directly out. All right? And it's telling you what a parent root is. I want you to see what it is. It says, when two letters or pictographs are put together, a parent root word is formed. You hear that? So I gotta stay with it. I'm almost, it's just like me talking fast. I want to say parent. You know what I'm saying, Brother Fred? St. Louis, boy, it's hard to leave it, ain't it?
Hard, man.
And parent. Parent. Tish, I'm trying parent. Right? So when you got two letters together, it's showing you, because look, you got an action. You can't, there is no way in the world of, and the culture of Hebrews that you don't find the path that leads to life. Because every word is living. You got a tent, a bait, house. Is combined with noon, a seed which continues the next generation. The parent root, ben, is formed. See that? The two letters of the root have the combined meaning of the house continues. Don't your house continue? Look, there are my seeds in there. See? I have 6 of them. See what I mean? Here's this joy. I'll get all this, gonna be crazy. I'm like, boy. 6 son? Come on, boy, we can spread this thing out. I was brushing the hair today. I said, when y'all get y'all wives. This is how we gonna do it. It's the takeover. You heard me? America ain't ready for us, boy. You spreading them seeds out there, boy. But look what it says. The house continues and is usually translated as son. The one who continues the house to the next generation. The son is the one that continues the house to the next generation. You see that? Because all the daughters are is the planting ground, the fertile ground. Your name get changed. My Philip's gonna be gone. Where'd my daughter go? Right? Well, it's highly like this. See my little pretty girl. See her growing up and her little singing, and somebody go, ooh. All right, dude, let's go. All right, so let's look at this. Because this is what's going to make it make sense for us. Y'all hear me?
Yes,
Why y'all move so fast on James? Why y'all move so fast? Look what it says. This is the number. That's the Strong's number. 5254. A test to prove one is deserved of being lifted up. Now let me tell you something. Watch this. In 1 Chronicles chapter 20, David was just raved about all his mighty men and all the things that David did. Yah had just got through. The ordination went on, and Saul went down. And, the evil spirit had recently tormented Saul, and David took over the kingship. And he had mighty men. He sent them over there behind the line of the Philistines to go get water. That's in chapter 20. Hear me, Brother Mark? Now this say, a test to prove one is deserved of being what?
Lifted up.
Lifted up. Nasa. Noon, sumac, hey. Now you know that the word is feminine, ain't it? Is that feminine?
Got a head.
Got a head in. It's coming. So anytime it's feminine, it's like a receive type thing, right? So you don't get it until. See how it's in line with being submissive? You don't give your wife everything she wants till she proves. The verb to prove, tempt, assay, adventure, an adventure, a trial, to try. Paul said, I was shipwrecked, beatings, right? Everything Paul went through, he said, more than ye all. He went through all these things more than you. I better listen, because you wonder why you where you at. You wonder, well, when am I going to get a chance to get lifted up? For what you've been through. Huh, brother? Because some of y'all, when you was going through, but you stopped it. You wanted to stop. Did you? You hurry up and got out of it. Woo, boy! I probably would have paid. I probably would have paid me to get out of one, to get out of year 4, year 5, and then 7. I'd have paid. But wasn't nothing to pay because you ain't had nothing. You was strictly on breaking you down until your faith come up to where it was. And if it wasn't for the 7 years, then I wouldn't have prayed. That prayer was easy. I can assure you that. So I'm talking about something right now. So you better know what you're talking about with tempting. See, you read James, but I guarantee you already started to see you don't know what you're talking about. We roll. You was on, D. But let's keep going, though. The rabbit hole get what? Get deep. The rabbit hole get deep. So here we go. Genesis 22:1. I want you to read that deep. That's out the book.
And it came to pass, after these things, that Yah did.
Stop. What? Uh-oh. James said y'all don't. Genesis said y'all did what?
Did tempt Abraham.
Did I put that word in there? Somebody look in KJV and tell me what's in there. Who got it? You got it, word?
I got the scripture there.
Oh.
And after these things, Yah tested Abraham.
Okay, that's the new standard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Somebody got the KJV? Well, it's out the KJV, so you ain't got to worry about it. That's it. It's out of there. Don't waste a lot of time. Now, I want you to read into this because you got to understand. See, this is how Hebrew works. There's major words in here. When you look at mechanical translation, these words lead you somewhere because there's an instruction in it. There's a act happening in the earth. Once you understand the depth of Torah, then you start to understand you can't give yourself over to governments and people that don't love Yah because you're under strict instruction. That's why when people say they're under law, I'm like, hallelujah. You ain't. Y'all didn't get to you. See, so you got to pay attention. So let's slow down. I want you to read from that right there, Deacon. Read here, and let's read it a little slow.
That Yah did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here I am.
Behold. To surrender to a sight to you. That's right. Mm-hmm. Hey, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Let's go. All right. Strong's definition. So that word nasa is a primitive root. It don't go back. That's it. So when you found that it was a way to see whether you was to be lifted up, that's the primitive root form from Genesis 22 that we read. And so it telling you to test by implication, to attempt, adventure, say, prove, tempt, try. So I want to make sure you got that in your head. Y'all got this?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. So we're going to rightfully divide Genesis 22 so we can go somewhere with this. Because now we got to couple this with who tempted David. We got to couple this with what in the world happened. Why did James say, let no man say that Yah tempted me? You hear me, Brother Ray? So this is what happened in church. You just read it. See that? He said, don't let no man there tempt you. That's right. Amen. And then what you say? You just sat there and you didn't get no understanding. Right? You got no understanding. You just, now you leaving out church on. You said, boy, don't say that. God ain't going to never tempt you. Now, what you missing that is how you set yourself up for things to come. I got to say it that plain. till I bring the other part. Remember I said I'm going to bring the other part? So I got to say it that plain for right now. Till we get to it. So, but this is going to start opening up something. So let's read Genesis 22, 1 through 4. I'm going to shut up. Let's go.
And it came to be, after these events, that Elohim tried Abraham, and said to him, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. And he said, Take your son, now, your only son, Yitzhak, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as an ascending offering on one of the mountains which I command you. And Abraham rose early in the morning and saddled his donkey.
What verse is that? It's 3. All right, we just stop at 4.
And took 2 of his young men with him, and Yitzhak his son. And he split the wood for the ascending offering, and arose, and went to the place which Elohim had commanded him.
See, this is why I missed stuff. I just showed you what it was, the primitive root, the parent root. See, when a parent root is to be proved, or whether you get lifted up, then every other thing is going to spin off of that. So what am I saying? He said some key things, Abraham. He said, watch this. Y'all wasn't paying attention. He said, take your son, your only son, the one that you love. You see that? So if we go back to that definition already, Kevin. Right? So how can somebody say Yah don't tempt you then?
Right. They don't know what tempting is.
It makes sense, Brother Fred?
Yes, sir.
Because we looking at something in action. All right, we're going to read 16 through 18. You're going to see why this is fitting, what y'all said. This is the definition of the KJV that they used in that. See, you to check to see if things is efficient when things are translated, then guess what? I should be able to go read that definition. I should be able to then discern that this is the thing that, because a word is life. Tempt has its own life. Tempt is approving to see if you deserve to be lifted up. So if I go check into this, then I'm seeing something. So I found something. He said, take the only son you got, the one that you love. So we know that's a trial lane. We know that's big. That makes sense? Yes, so let's read 16 through 18. Let's go, Josh.
And said, By myself I have sworn, declares Yahweh, because you have done this, and have not withheld your son, your only son, that I shall certainly bless you, and I shall certainly increase your seed as the stars of the heavens, and as the sand which is on the seashore. And let your seed possess the gate of their enemies. And in your seed all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice.
You hear that? So indeed, he tempted Abraham, didn't he?
Yes.
Because now Abraham showed that he was worthy to be what? Lifted. Didn't he show that he was worthy to be lifted? Why? What was the thing that showed that he was worthy to be lifted up? Because he withheld no good thing. He know that it's nothing. See, this one, not watch. See, watch. Now I got you. Now I got you. See, because guess what? See, how in the world you going to come in the way and you don't think that your family ain't your test? When he said, whoever forsake, Jesus said, whoever forsake lands, houses, mother, father, son, brother, sister, daughter, wives, for my name's sake. See this? When Yah chose you, he calling you. Do you love me? You trying to figure out, do we love him? No, do you love me? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
See, K-Von, it come down to this. You sitting there listening to this word, my brother, and the time gonna come. Listen to me. The time gonna come where your tempt, your test, your trial is gonna be not do you love grandma, not do you love mama, do I love Yah? You hear me? And guess what? Can't nobody in here, I ain't doing this to twist your arm. This been on my spirit to tell you this, and then here it just came out in the middle of this. The time gonna come, Kay, where you better make sure when it comes, you know what's what. It ain't gonna be easy. You think it was easy to take Isaac up there to put your own son, the one you love, and to go ahead? You ain't ask. See, Abraham, if you ain't noticed, he didn't ask no questions. Well, then, why did you? Can we talk about this tomorrow? I mean, he didn't ask no questions, okay? He saddled up the donkey and rolled on out. See, but this is what we do. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I said most of the people in here, you ain't ready. You the one that's open. Y'all be trying to come in to see if you ready for him to do it in your life. He be trying to, but you keep going the other way. Because you don't have no knowledge. You got all these doctrines floating around in your mind, but nothing concrete to understand so that you can see Yah when he comes. Only way you're going to see Yah when he comes if you understand these types of things. You can see him because I was able to read it and see it. I looked it up and I saw it in the Word. I ain't just reading, oh, that was good. It's like Christ when Christ came. I get it. But you better get understanding. All you get, you better get what? You better get understanding. See this? We know Abraham was what? That's why he's the father of the faith. So when we get in the kingdom, Abraham is the man. Don't ask why. Hold the gate. Hold the candle. Right? Hold it. See, you be asking like, you be looking at me, why Pastor Corey get to do all that? He gets leaves for the feast early. Why you looking at me? I'm just saying, but them type of things that will come get people in this current day, be them type of things. You know that, Brother Alex? Oh, it'll be some stuff to come get people. It be nothing. When you ain't prepared for that, that's why the little things get you, because you ain't prepared for those types of things. If you took ZZ, I'd still be doing this. I don't want it. But I know my faith had, I said, Father, I'm going to the end with this faith. I ain't letting up off Satan. Know what I heard. Instead of me going over there and want to do, is he having a seizure? Y'all shut all it down. I couldn't even got over it. I was already calm. So I could see how to fight. See, it take already, so you got to have that knowledge. See, I'm already knowledgeable that, guess what tempting is. What it's going to come. Stumbling bound to come. It's coming. Sin lies at the door. It's coming. But how do it come? See, we still got to get to that. I just want to open it up. So now, erase all the other stuff you was thinking about. See, you ain't know what you were talking about when you look in James. You got to understand, we're going to go back to that. I'm going to open that up. But we got to dig into this thing a whole nother way. Let's go to the next screen, D. Was that it, John? Yeah. Right. So let us ask again. Does Yah tempt men? To check to see if you have been paying attention. Right? He tempt men. Yes, he do, don't he? You can answer that right now, can't we? Remember this? Because we went, look. In order to bring closure to what has been presented as confusion in 1 Chronicles 21 and 2 Samuel 24, we need to further talk on the word tempt. We need to further talk on that. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Let's go to the next screen. All right. We almost done. Y'all know that? Yes, sir.
Because I'm simple. So this will help me understand. It's like tempting a turkey.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we just associated tempt with temptation. And we didn't really understand what tempt really means.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you tempt food to see if it's ready.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So the same way we do that, then Yah tempts us
Mm-hmm.
to see where we at.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like that. See, here's the other thing. See, when you and just the last few weeks in reading and studying over there, I'm so glad Brother Terrence found that scripture, man, because I could not find what I was looking for. I searched and searched my brow, racking my brain. I know I read this. Me and Sister Gabby was talking about this, but I praise y'all. You know what I mean? Because I ain't trying to prove I know everything about me. We run this race together. I just give you what y'all give me. See what I'm saying?
Hallelujah.
Other than that, I ain't got nothing to be, no reason to be standing up and doing nothing else. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, in understanding that and looking, we look and see, Deacon, that people gonna say, well, there's a good tempting and a bad tempting. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But see, people are looking for reward. They're looking for prosperity. You know what I mean? Opposed to this is about living right, because your life got to be, you remember, you got chose. So before we start reading this, you got chose. So when you get chosen, now are you ready? Because when the day you got chosen, it was coming. Just like I said to the brothers last night, the day you got chosen, you might as well get ready. You ain't ready until. This is what people come into this way. Yeah, I'm an Israelite. You just start throwing on fringes. You start running your mouth. Start doing all these things. And you ain't even been tested. You don't even know what this is about fully. Before you start kicking knowledge to the pastors. And asking all these questions. I look at people. You do supposed to get your question about, look at the manner in which people ask. People ask, they be real arrogant. But they be real arrogant. And I ain't even on that. You know what I mean? Why? Because Yah saved me from anger. I done hit people in their mouth, Brother Fred, dead in the middle of them talking. Nick, bop, bop! You ain't get finished talking.
That's the best time.
You see what I'm saying? So I be real meek with people because I'm good. I spent all that 15, 20, I done spent all that. All the way up to 30 something. Getting down, Kip. You hear me, brother? Can I remember? I had a dude call. We was in Jeff City. Dude yelled nigga out the car. You nigga to the car that was in the front. I'm like, I was sitting in the passenger seat. I ain't follow that nigga, no. Follow him. So, all right. Boy, that dude turned on about 6 lots. We was still behind. Yeah, dog. Yeah. Man, he tripped, went to a gas station that had hardly no lights. It was about shut down. You hear me? And you went to the back. Boy, the car wouldn't even stop free. I jumped out there almost. Jumped out. Listen, I went and stuck my head in the window. I said, man, don't you in your life. He's on the passenger seat. I mean on the driver's seat. Okay, he didn't really mean it. I said, okay, oh, what did he say? Wow. You hear me, Doc, Fred? Doc, that's what I'm telling you. And people don't understand you done been to that type of deal, but they always want to come at you, talking arrogant, talking crazy over the internet. Like you the one. You know what I mean? Tempt. So, my whole point is, we're going to look when people tell us a good tempting and a bad tempting. I want you to understand so you know for sure what tempting is about with Yah.
Yeah.
Because then we can go somewhere here in a second. All right? Let's go. Deuteronomy 8:2. Who got it? Let's go.
Remember the long way that Yahweh your Elohim has led you these 40 years in the wilderness, in order to humble you, testing you, to know what is in your heart, whether or not you will keep his commandments.
Now look at this. So watch this. You know why that's true? Because remember, Yah said, if you hearken to all of these words, which I speak to you this day, then I will set you high above all the nations that is upon the face of this earth. Remember he said that? So he was proving them. He was tempting them.
Yes, sir.
That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Come on, let's go to the next.
A refining pot is for silver, and a furnace for gold. So a man is tried by his praise.
You see that? Now I be telling people, I said, what type of praise you giving up? He says, so is a man tried by your praise. So you can't be in here. You ain't even worthy, bro. You can't give him an offering. You give Yah a worthy offering, he gonna give you a worthy reward. Said a man is tried by his praise. Come on.
I, Yahweh, test the mind and search the heart, to give to all according to their ways, according to the fruit of their doings. That's Yah speaking.
That's Yah. Now watch this. He said he tried what?
The mind and the heart.
And see, in the KJV it says try to reign. And I believe the scripture says the kidneys. It says the kidneys.
Wow.
Huh? Now I was like, wow. And it said the kidneys, the deep seat of the emotions.
Really?
You see this? So now I highlighted Jeremiah 17 because now we're gonna be able to go back to 1 Chronicles and 1 Samuel, and we're gonna dig something out. What is that? Read it out loud.
I, Yahweh, search the heart. I try the kidneys, and give every man according to his ways.
You see that? He said, I give to every man according to his ways. So remember we was talking about measure. What measure do you meet? But you can't meet a measure unless you're tempted. You can't meet a measure unless you're tempted. So now, see, so that's why I say you can't be Christian and go dive into that word. See, you already, some of y'all already getting it before we even get back there. You see this? Let's go, Isaiah 48.
See, I have refined you, but not as silver. I have chosen you in the furnace of affliction.
You see that? Yes, sir. You got chosen in the furnace of affliction. I didn't say that, boy. Boy, Fred, what? I was willing to listen to anything. The gas was off, and the car shut down, the cell phones off. We couldn't even leave the house. We couldn't even let people know we was hungry, but they was bringing food. I'm like, I don't want no more of this. What I got to do? Keep the Sabbath. The Sabbath? Oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I ain't care how we had to find out how to keep the Sabbath. I'm doing. Do you hear me? You ever been there, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
When he give you that way out, woo! Boy, it'll be like it's like no other way. When y'all create the way out, boy, it's like you like, oh, boy, I'm telling you, that's how I know it's gonna be in the end. So I can only imagine them coming out of Egypt. See, because I'm digging into the word, so I see what's going on. And the same promise, so you getting proof. That's why I said the great day. The great, that day that he always mention. Y'all got me? Sirach. You got it? Oh, let's listen to this right here. Sirach. Don't y'all forget this 2, verse 4 and 5. 2 through 10 is already on fire, but 4 and 5. Listen to it.
Except whatever befalls you, and in times of humiliation, be patient. For gold is tested in the fire, and those found acceptable in the furnace of humiliation.
You hear that? It said accept, didn't it? You see what I'm saying? See how, but we ain't ready because we going to church. When you go to church, you just all you doing. You ain't involved in the process. You're not in it. The law is not in you. There's no conversion. So your vessel is not prepared. Right? Let's go. Psalm 66, 10 through 12.
For you, O Elohim, have proved us. You have refined us as silver is refined. You brought us into the net. You laid affliction on our loins. You have let men ride at our head. We went through fire and through water, but you brought us out to plenty.
All right, let's go to the next screen. So, we can absolutely determine that in 1 Chronicle and in 2 Samuel accounts that a legal ground was opened in David, and it resulted in us seeing a similar situation in Job. Can we determine that? That was seated. Remember Jeremiah? It was seated. When he tried his kidneys. That's why Joab was asking, like, what is moving you to do this? And you can prove it because it took you 9 months to go to all these places instead of Israel coming and being, right? If you're going to do something like that, Israel coming to Jerusalem. Right? They had some type of gathered together. But you can tell because you sent him on us. He had to strike out. 9 months away from his family. 9 months away from where he's supposed to be. See, that's what happened to people. See, you got to start making inferences. An inference. So when you make an inference, it's like a what? Educated what? Yeah. And y'all remember that? So when you make an inference, you start to look, you say, wait a minute. See, you know when people get selfish, like when people get selfish, your homeboy gets selfish for some girl. He'll leave you hanging in a minute. The guy that's supposed to be picking you up from work, you know what I mean? You call that, homeboy, where you at? Oh man, I got caught, man. My mama sent me to the store, and then when I got there, I got jumped. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Trying to make sure I, man, I'm on the way, man. I'll tell you about when I get there. See what I'm saying? That's kind of how so you see when people leave you out. He was asking like, even to the point, Joab knew it was ridiculous, because guess what? He didn't number who? The Levites or the Benjamites. He didn't number. He's like, man, this is abominable. Man, what we doing? Right? So we know for sure something was there with David then, don't we? Can we see that?
Yes, sir.
So watch this. Let's go to the next one. Let's look at some legal ground stuff right here. Watch this. See, because this was gonna set us where we can't. See, we always go to the word. We always go to the word. All right, we're gonna go to Job. So we're gonna bounce back and forth so we can get folks out of here. So one of y'all gonna read each one of them parts. The chapter 1 from chapter 1, the one from chapter 2, the one from chapter 3. So who got chapter 1? You got chapter 1? All right, you got it? So, is it starting to make sense? Is it, Brother Ray? Well, it's cold, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
The word, brother. It's the word, Kevin. It's in there. It's in there. You gotta stop taking stuff at face value, because face value will take you to hell. Study. And don't go off on making up your own deal. The Most High is helping bring this stuff out. You want to do anything, go back and dig into this. Because I guarantee you, I watch this. Everybody that go back and dig into this, watch how y'all start opening up things in you where you need to, where you had not seen, you have left yourself open. How you think that thing got formed in David? And you hold it in thou. Let's go, D.
One day, the heavenly beings came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Hasatan also came among them. Yah said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" Hasatan answered. He said, "From going to and fro on the earth, from walking up and down." Yah said to Hasatan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man who fears Yah and turns away from evil." Then Satan answered Yahweh, "Does Job fear Yah for nothing? Have you not put a fence around him in his house and all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But stretch out your hand now and touch all that he has, and he will curse you to your face." Yah said to Satan, "Very well. All that he has is in your power. Only do not stretch out your hand against him."
Y'all hear this?
Yes.
So Hasatan went out from the presence of Yah.
Now understand this. This went on without Job. You said it was a righteous man who is no evil, right? Whom in is no evil. Well, then what is y'all doing? Tempted. Is it? All you got to do is let's see what did y'all do to him in the end. That's all you got to ask. If you prove it, did he get lifted up?
Yes, sir.
See what I'm saying? So you got so what am I saying here before we get to the end? See, if you ain't made it to this point yet, then you miss it. So you got to understand is why is Yah asking you to live set apart like nobody other people? Why is he asking you to give up your Saturdays, to keep Sabbath? Why does he ask you to come out from among her and be ye separate and not do all the things that the other people is doing? I was explaining to my children. I said, this is why Yah got you doing what you're doing. Your life's special. At the end of the day, all the children going to look at you that was growing up when y'all was growing up. They didn't ever see you in school. They didn't ever see you playing sports. They didn't ever see you doing the things they were doing. But watch this. Watch what your life be.
That's it.
Because you getting proven, right? Your dad is a shepherd and y'all growing up. So you would be a fool not to eat this word. Not to eat the bread and do something else. Oh, that's on you. That's why I said, I know you're in perfect position. If you can't do this, I'm not going to cry over spoiled milk. I can keep having seeds, brother. I'm staying in shape. You hear me, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Come on, dog. Chapter 2.
Again, the day came to be that the sons of Elohim came to present themselves before Yahweh. And Satan also came among them. to present himself before Yahweh. And Yahweh said to Satan, "From where do you come?" And Satan answered Yahweh and said, "From diligently searching in the earth, and from walking up and down in it." And Yahweh said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a perfect and straight man, one who fears Elohim and turns aside from evil? And still he holds fast to his integrity, although you incited me against him to destroy him without cause."
You hear this? You see this? But first of all, look at this. See, we asked who did what to David? Well, guess what? Satan is searching all day long. He said he's the accuser of who? He accuses them when? Day and what? Do you get it? So you don't come to this unless the Holy Spirit is showing you this is what's going on with David. See, all Satan is looking for a sore spot. He's searching through the earth. Looking. See, this is what y'all going to be realizing. Because we're going to show you what James means. See, because we can take this right now and dissect James. See, because guess what? See, if Satan is searching day and night, just waiting on you, Perry. He waiting. He waiting on you. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, when y'all think daddy ain't looking, Satan is waiting on you to do foolish. So it gets you. People in this way. Don't set yourself up. Let's go. We're on 3. 3:26. 24, yep.
For my sighing comes like my bread, and my groanings are poured out like water. Truly, the thing that I fear comes upon me, and what I dread befalls me. I am not at ease, nor am I quiet. I have no rest, but trouble comes.
Y'all hear this? See, Job was saying, because if you really pay attention, Job's family was doing evil, didn't it? Wasn't it? He had evil around him. See that? You may be doing good, but we got evil around you. A little leaven do what? Leaven the whole lump. See? It's all word, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
A little leaven leavens the whole lump. One bad apple spoils the bunch. You see what I'm saying? So this is why, huh? Oh, first Corey. Religion. But, see, saints, the whole thing about this is that when you are living this thing out, that's why Yah said put the evil from among you. People think it's a game. That's why we got some religious people. I'm trying to tell you. When you know to get deliverance and you ain't getting it, when you are evil and it takes for Yah showing you all of these horrific things about yourself, even to the point where death is getting ready to come on you, and they take that, man, that's ludicrous. That's crazy. That's why I've been saying, that's why I was saying at the table, I don't want to be around people. Do you hear me? Now, if you comfortable in your sin, see, the thing was this, in Jeremiah 44, I believe, Yah told Israel, especially when they asked, they prayed, go see what Yah say, whatever he say we're going to do. And he came back and told them, he said, man, we ain't doing that. And the women were speaking, us and our husbands and our children, we will bake cakes and pour out libations to the Queen of Heaven. They was the ones saying, like, oh my goodness. And make it so bad They went back into Egypt where judgment was already coming on Egypt. And y'all went right to it. See, but when the whole head is sick and you don't have people that's understanding what's going on so that you can guard yourself, like I said earlier, this will happen. You get tempted out of the way. That makes sense? Yes. Let's go. Let's reason real quick. We're going to look at 1 Samuel 16, 13 through 15, then 1 Kings 22, 19 through 22. See, we got to look at this because I got a verse that's coming up after this. A statement, and then a conclusion, and we done. Because in the last part, I'm going to tie that back into James. See, what you got to do in this is understand what we just read in Job, that something was already happening. You get it?
Yes, sir.
Something was taking place. And we saw Satan was the one that was actively, he said he was diligently going up and down, didn't he? In and out. You see this? So as soon as an accusation comes, see, we talking about the heavenly courts. This is what's going on. That's why I'm starting to understand this stuff with Black's Law. They're really turning you against, the kingdom has come. See, I ain't ready, man. I'm ready. I don't know what the end gonna be, but I'm ready, brother. I'm telling you, I see it, bro. It's like I just keep praying. I got the feeling now. I didn't have this feeling 3-4 years ago. I got it right now. Because Yah say, ready yourself. So, and then us understanding tempting, we finna understand what the long endurance, the long haul, the race is about. You gonna understand what Satan trying to do. And how he's trying to go back and forth to Yah concerning you. And Yah know himself, he wants to give you something, so the tempting comes to see if you are even going to be worthy of what I'm getting ready to give you. See, remember, I got kicked out the gym, man. I had nowhere to go, D, for months. I didn't know where we was going. But guess what? I was like this. Now I'm looking, dog. We right here. Right here. Finna blow the, man, it's finna blow the. Do you hear me? Finna blow up, dog. People don't even understand, dog. Man, where he come from? Don't even worry about it. And we doing all Israelites. Man, we finna be Israel so crazy. I can't wait. Because then you're going to walk, see, people going to look at you because you're going to be walking in so much power, but all you are is a servant to Yah. See, that's what tempting is about. See, Abraham was humble, but he said, yet and still, I'm going to increase your seed more numbers than the sand of the seashore. Because you didn't withhold no good from me. So I didn't curse Yah. I didn't hold back. I still brought my family, regardless of how many people came to the congregation that didn't want to see us push through. How many people talk crazy. We still right here. Hallelujah. Getting tempted. Hallelujah. Enjoying it. Winning in Yah. This it. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
Who got 1 Samuel? Let's go, Josh.
And Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brothers. And the Spirit of Yahweh came upon David from that day and onwards. And Samuel arose and went to Ramah. The spirit of Yahweh turned aside from Shaul, and an evil spirit from Yahweh troubled him. And the servants of Shaul said to him, Look, now, an evil spirit from Elohim is troubling you.
You see this? So again, look what Yah's hand is. See, when you see Yah in one verse and you see Satan in another verse, then you got to know that, guess what? Satan is accusing David. He done searched diligently in the earth to see where David had this spot in him. It ain't contradiction. See what I'm saying? Just like here with Saul. The spirit of Yah departed, then a tormenting spirit came. An evil spirit came. It came. You see what I'm saying? Let's go. In 1 Kings, watch this.
Then Micaiah said, Therefore hear the word of Yahweh. I saw Yah sitting on his throne, with all the host of heaven standing beside him, to the right and to the left of him. And Yah said, Who will entice Ahab?
Now pause for a minute. See, y'all missed it in Job. Didn't he just say all the host of heaven was gathered? See, guess what? So obviously, look, here it is. The heavenly host gathered around. Here comes Satan. This is when Satan comes to present his case during the heavenly court. That's why I put it twice in there when I showed you in Job. That's why I put it. It said the heavenly host was gathered, then Satan came and y'all asked him, where did you come from? Then I put it in there twice. See, y'all ain't paying attention, dog. Y'all think this, boy, look, this is real deal, man. We living a real life. All you got to do, you're a citizen in the kingdom. All you got to do is do what you're supposed to do. Is this making sense?
Yes, sir.
Everybody was gathered around. Then they asked, because guess what? Because now we got a case here. We got a case with this man down here on earth with Ahab. We got an issue going on down there. Go ahead and read, D.
Who will entice Ahab, so that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? Then one said one thing, and another said another, until a spirit came forward and stood before Yah, saying, I will entice him. How? Yah asked. He replied, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. Then Yah said, You are to entice him, and you shall succeed. Go out and do it.
Tim? What? Tim? So y'all get it okay to tempt. So what we find is that when Yah said that his anger was kindled against Israel, and he caused David to number them, because David had a spot. And he did it through Satan. Just like he's doing right here. Just like he did right here. It ain't contradiction. Ain't it? All right. So now let's go to the next one, D.
26 too.
Oh yeah, we're on there. Yeah. So let's read that. Read that, D.
As the bird wandered, as the swallow by fly, so the curse causes shall not come.
So it ain't coming. It ain't coming. You ain't coming to destroy good. Just tear it down. Let me see if I can just tear down the temple in 3 days. Why did the temple get torn down? Why did the temple get torn down in 70 AD? Huh? They was behind the walls. They had abominable things on the walls. They had temple prostitutes. Male and female. Do you hear me? The temple was profaned. So you mean to tell me it just wasn't going to happen? So Israel, y'all didn't just tear down Israel for no reason and 70,000 people died that day. Job had an open spot. He feared the thing that was going to happen, but he didn't ever do nothing about it. He never did nothing about his sons being wicked. He just kept on feasting. He just kept on sacrificing, passively hoping this thing passed by. So I ain't passing. I ain't finna sit around passing with y'all and this thing be going on and nobody say nothing to you and then evil come.
That's it.
Because it's waiting. Satan is waiting. You ain't say nothing. Guess what Leviticus said? Leviticus 5 said, if you hear a thing or if you see a thing, and you gonna sit past it? Oh yeah, you open up. Satan right there. Satan got it because he's searching. Y'all better get the right understanding of tempt. See, let's go to the next screen. See, you can go to the other one. I already said it. See, the thing is that when you look in James was talking about evil. Y'all ain't gonna tempt you to do evil. If you read the last part, it's telling you. Go to James 1:13. Yep.
No one, when tempted, should say, I am being tempted of Yah. For Yah cannot be tempted by evil, and he himself tempts no one.
See, he said, no, Yah's not going to be tempted by evil. Yah can't be tempted by evil. And neither he's going to tempt you with evil, to do evil. That makes sense? But it don't make sense if you just say, Yah don't tempt you. You see what I'm saying?
That's how they put it safe.
Oh, yeah.
That's how they put it safe.
That's it. So we look at this concluding with David in 1 Chronicles 21:8 and 2 Samuel 24:10. We can see that he admits to being foolishly lifted. Now, I highlighted lifted in self-capacity. It didn't say what I got in purple, but he admit being foolish. So that means he saw the error in his way that, guess what? In his emotion, in the deep seat of his emotion, and when his kidneys was tested, when the reins was tested. 17:10, Jeremiah. Then what was found, and see, this is what people don't realize. They wonder. So you wonder why people leave and fall away, why things happen to people. Because guess what? In them, when this time came on them, when they saw something, when they heard something, they didn't understand. They didn't be patient. They didn't sit and get to understand. You didn't sit. That's why I say I always sit when I see things. When your situation went on, I sat, Fred. You see, every time you ask me a question, what I say? It's going to be good.
Yes, sir.
Didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Did I give you anything negative, Brother Fred?
No, sir.
I ain't go in, I ain't say nothing about Elder Rufus, I ain't say about Pastor Dow, I ain't saying about the ministry. I said it's going to be good. Because guess what? I know I'm walking with y'all. Because for me, that could have been it. All I had to do was speak again. It says against an elder to receive not an accusation. So why am I gonna give one? The people don't be paying attention, dog. They don't know this word. These people ain't real. Well, I'm teaching. You gotta understand it, dog. You gotta understand how powerful this is. See, and it was your lot to sit still, brother. It was your lot. I don't care how I look. As long as you sit still, brother Fred. As long as you sit still, you see. When you smile, I couldn't do nothing but smile that day. Because guess what? It came.
Hallelujah.
With no issue. Look at us. There he is right there in the seat.
Hallelujah.
Y'all get this? Let's go. Here's the last screen. This is it. Mm-hmm. We do got one more after that. That's just for the money. So we can get y'all to send us some money. I'm just looking at my elbow. I knew it. I knew it. They just turned it off. But here it is. Yah indeed tries us to know our faithfulness, don't it? See, don't you ever let that enter into your mind. So what you got to do, how you use this. How do I use Yah trying me to know my faithfulness? When trial comes. Remember he talked about furnaces. I always talk to people about, he said he tried you in the furnace as he tried what? Gold. Right?
Yes, sir.
He tried you in the furnace of affliction. You see that? When it comes, you want out. I told you, I can show you them. I can pull up the picture of how it was everywhere, Brother Key. I remember I was in there training. I was just trying to stay faithful and fight through it. Went to the gym 4:30 in the morning, Karina in there training. I feel it. I said, goodness. I said, I'm gonna just keep training. Dante came downstairs like, Pastor, you all right? Karina's like, yeah, are you okay? I'm like, looked in the mirror, I said, oh my goodness. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I walked out, got in the car, I said, you know what, Father, I just want this gone. Whew. And Satan was coming. See, how many times you can pray, it ain't stopped yet. The flood, it come in like a flood. Brother Word.
Yes, sir.
Yah indeed tries us to know our faith. So you got to remember that right there then is when you remember that. But if you in Christianity and you reading James, he don't try you. He don't tempt no man. Now you get lost. This is gone. That's gone. See what I'm saying, Brother Keith? Then here, there's no way to just make a few confessions to join the church roll, but not understand that Yah is going to tempt you to know whether you are faithful in all things. See, that's what happens when you join the church roll is that this is it. You said what you're going to say. So when these things come, why you look at so many people broke up? See, I be wanting to share with people I already know. My understanding is here, and your understanding is here. In your butt. Your understanding is in your butt. You know what I mean? That's it. You sit on your understanding. You know what I mean? You can't help people. So while y'all trying to make people see, guess what? So I understand how special it is. Because automatically when people start talking to me about truth, you know, I be seeing all the trials I've been through, the work I'm putting in, the trust I know y'all in. You start talking about the name of Jesus. I'm looking at all these healings and people. And man, I ain't listen. All right, brother, you have a good day. I can walk off like that, D. I'm gone in the sunset. Because I know the witnesses are seeing. Look at this fool. The witnesses are recording that I've had a man of Yah stand before you, and you did not come with a circumcised heart. You did not harden your heart. Your heart was hard. See what I'm saying? And that's what happened with people. When people's heart is hard, that's why consequence comes. Guess what? Because Satan's already recorded that you was hard. And you want to know why stuff happened to you? You want to know why things come on you? You had ample opportunity to be when you was getting tempted. But you stayed, you remained with your Father. You heard his voice. You hear the voice of the shepherd. That makes sense? All right, go on, pull it up, D. All right, right now we're waiting on the first 10 people to get in line. Right now, first 10 people get in line. And if you're out there online, make sure, call in now. The lines are open. Call in right now. We're going to answer your prayers. They're going to give you prayers you've never had before. Just make sure you get there. There's the link right there. Do all that you get. No, look. And that's how they get you. That's because you don't know, boy. Let us stand. Hey, bless y'all. Thank you for stopping in here with Pastor Corey here with the Straightway Ministry in Straightway, Kansas City.